Have you ever felt like she's suddenly pulling away, like she's avoiding you? You're confused, thinking maybe she's lost interest. But what if I told you it's not what you think? Sometimes, when a girl starts acting distant, it's not about disinterest, it's about fear. Fear of catching feelings. And if you notice these small signs, it changes everything. Sometimes you might notice that she avoids conversations that dig deeper than the surface, and it can feel confusing. She laughs, she talks, she jokes with you about everyday things, but the moment the topic shifts to emotions, personal dreams, or feelings, she suddenly becomes distant. It's not that she doesn't care about you or isn't interested in connecting, it's that she's guarding herself. Opening up emotionally is a vulnerable act, and when someone starts feeling more than just casual interest, the thought of revealing their heart can be overwhelming. She might change the subject, make a joke, or give a short, polite answer that avoids getting too real. These moments are subtle, but they speak volumes if you pay attention. The reason she does this isn't because she wants to push you away. Deep down, she feels the pull of her emotions, but at the same time, there's fear of catching feelings, fear of being hurt, and fear of losing control over her heart. Conversations that touch on love, attachment, or intimacy bring this fear to the surface. It's a protective mechanism. By avoiding these discussions, she's trying to shield herself from the possibility of getting too attached too fast. She might even convince herself that keeping things light-hearted is safer, even if it means holding back the part of herself that wants to be closer to you. You might notice her hesitation in tone or the way her eyes dart away, the little pauses before she answers, or the subtle defensiveness in her words. It's almost like she's walking a tightrope, trying to balance her growing feelings while keeping herself emotionally safe. And while this can be confusing from the outside, for someone who understands these signs, it's clear that beneath the surface, she's feeling a connection, but she's scared to admit it, even to herself. Have you ever noticed that she seems completely confident one moment, laughing and chatting with everyone around her, but the moment she's around you, something changes. Her energy shifts, her words stumble, and there's a subtle nervousness in the way she carries herself. It's not that she's disinterested or trying to act distant, quite the opposite. When a girl starts catching feelings, her mind and body react in ways she might not even realize. Small gestures like fidgeting with her hair, avoiding direct eye contact, or speaking softer than usual are signs of her heart trying to navigate emotions that feel new and uncertain. The shyness isn't a weakness, it's the language of vulnerability, the quiet way she expresses that she cares but is unsure how to handle it. This nervousness can show up in unexpected ways too. Maybe she laughs a little too loudly at your jokes, even the ones that aren't that funny, or she blushes when you compliment her. She might seem hesitant to share personal stories, or her usual assertiveness softens in your presence. The paradox is that she wants to be noticed, to be close to you, but at the same time, she fears what those feelings might mean. Her heart is pulling her forward while her mind is cautioning her to take a step back. This push and pull create a kind of charming tension that only someone paying close attention can detect. Sometimes she might overthink the simplest interactions, sending a message, replying too quickly or too slowly, or even hesitating before saying your name aloud can feel like a small battle between her emotions and her fear. Her nervous energy is a mirror of her internal struggle. She wants to connect, to be seen for who she is, but she's terrified of letting herself fall too deep, too fast. It's in these small, subtle moments that her true feelings begin to reveal themselves, quietly and beautifully, if you're patient enough to notice. Have you ever noticed how she teases you or makes playful jokes, even about things that seem completely harmless? At first, it might feel like she's just being casual, funny, or even a little sarcastic, but when you pay closer attention, there's a subtle pattern. The teasing isn't meant to push you away. It's a way to express affection without fully exposing her feelings. When someone starts catching feelings, it can feel both exciting and terrifying at the same time. By hiding behind humor, she creates a safe space where she can show that she cares while protecting herself from the vulnerability of directly admitting it. Every joke, every playful nudge, every sarcastic remark is like a small breadcrumb leading to her true emotions if you're attentive enough to follow it. This playful behavior is often accompanied by subtle cues that reveal what she's really feeling. Maybe she laughs a little longer when you tease her back, or she smiles in a way that lingers, betraying the affection she's trying to hide. Sometimes her jokes are gentle tests, seeing how you react, gauging if you notice the hidden meaning behind her words. She might even create a light-hearted conflict just to interact with you, because connecting with you matters more than keeping the conversation serious or guarded. It's her way of saying, I like you, without actually having to say it because admitting it outright feels too risky. The interesting part is that these moments of humor often come when she's most nervous or vulnerable. Her laughter, her playful sarcasm, and even the occasional teasing insult are shields that protect her heart from falling too fast. She's learning how to navigate emotions she hasn't fully faced yet, and she uses humor as her way of maintaining control while still reaching out. It's a delicate balance between connection and protection, desire and fear, affection and hesitation, and it's wrapped in every smile, every teasing comment, and every playful interaction she has with you. Sometimes you might notice that she goes out of her way to be around you, but in a way that seems completely casual, almost accidental. She sends messages that aren't urgent, drops by places she happens to be, or finds small reasons to invite you to hang out without making it seem like a big deal. On the surface, it might look like friendship or coincidence, but there's usually a subtle intention behind it. She wants to spend time with you, to share moments, to laugh, and to connect. But at the same time, there's a fear of revealing just how much she truly cares. Keeping it casual is her way of protecting herself while still allowing her heart to get close. What makes this behavior so fascinating is how naturally it blends into daily life. She might suggest grabbing coffee, going for a walk, or joining a group outing where you'll both be present, carefully designing interactions where closeness can grow without pressure. Even when she plans something with you, there's a playful tone, a sense of lightness, and a hesitation that stops it from feeling too intimate or emotional. She wants your company, but she's afraid of overstepping the invisible boundary between casual fun and emotional attachment. Her heart is curious, craving connection, but it's also cautious, afraid that getting too close too quickly might make her vulnerable in ways she isn't ready to handle. Sometimes, her efforts are so subtle that they can go unnoticed if you're not paying attention. It could be lingering a little longer during a conversation, offering help with small tasks, or finding excuses to text you about trivial things. Each of these gestures carries an unspoken message. She enjoys being near you, she values your presence, and she wants to create shared experiences, all while keeping herself emotionally safe. The paradox is beautiful. She's giving you glimpses of closeness without fully admitting her growing feelings, balancing her desire to connect with the fear of being emotionally exposed. Have you ever noticed that she sometimes mirrors your gestures, expressions, or even the way you speak without realizing it? Maybe she laughs when you laugh, shifts her posture like you do, or picks up on small habits that you didn't think anyone was paying attention to. On the surface, these actions might seem coincidental, but they often reveal something deeper. Mirroring is an unconscious way of connecting, a subtle method her heart uses to bridge the gap between wanting closeness and being afraid of showing it outright. When someone starts catching feelings, their mind instinctively tries to synchronize with the person they care about, as if by reflecting your behavior, she's drawing herself closer to you while still keeping her emotions guarded. This behavior can manifest in so many small, almost invisible ways. She might use phrases or words you often say, mirror your energy during conversations, or even match your tone without thinking. It's not about imitation, it's about connection. Deep down, she wants to feel in tune with you. to create a sense of shared understanding and comfort, even if she can't verbalize her feelings. Every mirrored gesture is her heart signaling, I notice you, I want to be close to you, while her mind tries to keep things casual enough to avoid emotional risk. The more she likes you, the more natural and frequent these subtle reflections become, often slipping past conscious awareness for both of you. Mirroring is fascinating because it's entirely subconscious, yet it's one of the most honest signs of attraction and emotional interest. While she might joke, tease, or keep conversations light in other ways, these small, synchronized movements reveal her desire to connect without fully exposing her heart. It's as if her body is saying what her words are too cautious to express, creating a quiet bond that grows stronger each time she subtly matches your energy. Have you ever noticed that after a conversation gets a little too personal or emotional, she suddenly becomes distant? Maybe she becomes quieter, less responsive, or seems to need space, and it can feel confusing or even frustrating. This isn't because she doesn't care about you or isn't interested. It's because her heart is trying to protect itself. Emotional moments can make feelings intensify quickly, and for someone who is starting to catch feelings, that intensity can be overwhelming. Pulling away is her subconscious way of regaining control, creating a buffer between her emotions and the fear of becoming too vulnerable. It's not rejection, it's self-preservation. She wants to be close, but the rush of emotion makes her hesitant to fully let her heart speak. This behavior often shows up in very subtle ways. She might suddenly stop texting as much, give shorter answers, or find a reason to leave the conversation or situation. She could even act a little aloof, joking around more than usual, or putting on a mask of indifference to hide the vulnerability she feels inside. Her heart is telling her one thing: she cares, she wants to be close, and she feels something real, but her mind is cautioning her to slow down, to protect herself from getting hurt or falling too fast. These small withdrawals aren't meant to confuse you. They're her way of balancing her desire for connection with her fear of emotional exposure. Over time, if you notice this pattern, it becomes clear that the pulling away isn't coldness. It's a response to her own emotional intensity, a need to step back before allowing herself to feel even more. Each time she creates a little distance after emotional moments, it's her heart quietly negotiating the pace of intimacy, trying to protect itself while still staying connected in ways she can manage. So the next time you feel like she's avoiding you, take a closer look. It's easy to assume distance means disinterest, but the truth is often much deeper. Every nervous glance, playful tease, subtle mirroring, casual hangout, and small withdrawal tells a story her heart is too scared to say out loud. She's not pushing you away, she's protecting herself. She's learning to navigate feelings that are both exciting and frightening, trying to balance her desire to connect with her fear of getting too vulnerable. Understanding these signs isn't about reading her mind, it's about seeing her heart behind her actions. The laughter, the jokes, the nervous pauses, and the casual moments together are all pieces of a puzzle that reveal one thing: she cares more than she's ready to admit. And when you notice these subtle signs, you don't just see her actions, you see the love she's cautiously hiding, the affection she's afraid to voice, and the connection she truly wants, but is too scared to fully embrace. Paying attention, being patient, and responding with kindness and understanding allows her heart to feel safe. It lets her know that she can take her time, that her emotions are welcome, and that the fear of falling doesn't have to keep her from feeling. And when you recognize that these small, seemingly contradictory behaviors are her way of saying, I like you, but I'm afraid, everything changes. You stop seeing distance as rejection and start seeing it as a beautiful, delicate dance of the heart where love grows quietly, subtly, and slowly, just waiting for the courage to fully bloom.